day everyone. I am Baron Jade Dati Labrador, a student of Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management student. For today's video, I'm going to share my learning in kitchen essential and basic food preparation. So first is, I have learned about the origin of classical and modern cuisine, in which it discusses about the value of history, that it would help as a student to understand the present and the future in food service. I have learned about the basis of kitchen organization, in which the purpose of the staffing is to assign or allocate the tasks of the student or the workers, so that they can be done their work properly and efficiently. I have also learned that in kitchen organize depends on several factors that include the menu, the type of establishment, the size of operation, the number of customer, and the volume of food served, then the physical facilities, including the equipment in use. I've also learned the major position of classical brigade system. These are chef de cuisine, sauce chef, station chef, of chef de partie, cook, and assistant in each station. I have also learned the different area of the kitchen. These are receiving area, storage area, preparation area, cooking area, auxiliary area, area for administration, and staff and restroom. I also learned of layouts. These are the wall or line kitchen, the gallery kitchen, the L-shaped kitchen, the U-shaped kitchen, the island kitchen, and the peninsula kitchen. I have also learned the cooking equipment and their uses, and the processing equipment. I have also learned the pots, pans, containers, and their uses. I also learned the measuring device, in which it discussed the term of measurement and the different types of knives and their uses. I also learned on how to measure the ingredients, creating a prep list, and how we properly prepare the foods and ingredients. I have also learned on how we properly use the knife. I also learned a different type of slicing. These are chiffonade, rondels, of rounds, diagonals, or bias cuts, oblique cuts, lozenges, and horizontal slicing. I also learned the principle of cooking. So next is I also learned the cooking methods. Cooking methods are classified as moist heat or dry heat method. Moist heat methods are those in which heat is conducted to the food by water or water-based liquids such as stock and sauces by steam. For example, poach, simmer, and boil, while the dry heat methods are those in which the heat is conducted without moisture. So for example of dry heat methods are roast, bake, broil, grill, griddle, and pan broil. I also learned the building flavor that include seasoning, common seasoning, and flavoring ingredients. The example of common seasoning are salt, pepper, red pepper, lemon juice, fresh herbs, onions, garlic shallots, wine, peppered mustard, grated lemon, orange rind, and MSG or monosodium glutamate. I have also learned that different types of stocks. These are white stock, brown stock, fish stock, and vegetable stock. Ingredients of stocks are bones, beef bones, chicken bones, fish balls, and fish balls. I also learned as the principle of stock making. First is start the stock in cold water. Simmers the stock, gently skim the stock frequently. Strain the stock carefully. Cool the stock quickly. Stall the stock properly, and last is degrease the stock. I also learned the different types of sauce. These are bechamel or white sauce, Villiers, Spagnoli, tomato sauce, and last is Hollandaise. I have also learned the classification of soap. Most soaps can be classified by cooking technique and appearance as they're clear or thick. Clear soaps start as stock or broth. Broth may be served as finished items, used at the base for other soaps or refined into consume. Thick soap are two kinds of thick soap, cream soap and pure soap. I also learned that identifying vegetables. We divide vegetables into 9 categories based on either botanical relationship or edible part. First is cabbage. Fruit vegetable, gourds and squashes, greens, mushroom, truffles, onions, pod and seeds, roots and cover, and last is stalks. So the example of cabbage is bok choy, broccoli rabe, Brussels sprouts, head cabbage, kale, kohlrabi, napa cabbage, and last is savoy. And the example of fruit vegetable is avocado, eggplant, peppers, sweet peppers, hot peppers, tomato, and the last is tomatoes. Example of gourds and squashes are chayotes, cucumber, squashes, winter squashes, and summer squashes. Example of green are collard, mustard, sorrel, spinach, Swiss chard, and turnip greens. Example of mushroom are truffles and mushroom. Example of onion are bulb onion, garlic, leeks, scallions, and shallots. Example of foods are zin, corn, fresh bean, dry beans, fresh shilling peas, edible pea pods, and okra. Example of fruits and tubes are beets, carrots, celery root, Jerusalem, artichoke, jicama, parsnips, radish, turnips, and water chestnuts. Example of stock articles are asparagus, bamboo shoots, celery, fennel, heart of palm, nopales, and baby vegetables. I have also learned about pasta. Pasta is made from unleavened dough or wet flour mixed with a liquid. Categories of Italian style pasta that include ribbon pasta. So, tubes, cylindrical, and shapes. I also learned about categories of noodles that include wet noodles, rice noodles, bean starch noodles, and buckwheat noodles. I have also learned about the egg. There are two types of cooking method: dry heat methods and moist heat methods. Dry heat methods example is shirk eggs, scrambled egg, omelets, French style omelets, frittatas, pan frying, and basted eggs. And for moist heat cooking method is poaching. I also learned the standard of egg size. Small is 1.5 ounce, medium 1.75 ounce, large is 2 ounce, extra large is 2.2 ounce, and the last is jumbo, which is 2.5 ounce. I also learned the composition, inspection and grading, capturing, storing, preparing various cooking methods of meats. For master composition is the carcass of cattle, sheep, hogs, and farm animals consists mainly of edible in muscular tissue, fat, connective tissue, and bones. And for inspection and grading, inspection, all meats for public consumption in the United States is subject to United States Department of Agriculture (USDA) inspection. And for grading is USDA grading provides a voluntary system by which producer, distributors, and consumer can measure difference in the quality of meats and make price quality comparisons. USDA grades are follows. For beef is USDA Prime, Choice, Select, Standard, Commercial, Utility, Cutter, and Canner. And for veal is USDA Prime, Choice Good, and Standard Utility. And for purchasing and storing meats is once you have identified the cuts of meats your operation needs, you must determine the form in which they will be bought. You should consider the following when you're deciding how to purchase meats: employee skills, menu, storage, and cost. And for preparing meat, certain produce are often applied to meats before cooking to add flavor and moisture. This include marinating and rubs. And the last that I learned is the primal and subprimal cuts of meats. There are different primal cut of beef. First is chuck. Next is brisket and shank. Short plate, short loin, sirloin, flank, round, and organ meats. And for the primal and subprimal cuts of pork is after a hog is slaughtered, it is split down the backbone, dividing the carcass into bilateral halves like the beef carcass. Each side of the hog carcass is then further broken down into the primal cuts: shoulder, belly, loin, and fresh. That's all, thank you.